Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I am back. You can save your thank yous for later. Me, Josh, Ryan, all back together. And for the foreseeable future, your boy doesn't have to travel anymore with the bananas. So we should be on for most, if not the rest of the season. Week 5, this is now the time where we can start yelling at players for sucking, because the first 4 weeks of the season are down. So it should kind of be that knock the rust off the wheels for those starters that didn't really play in preseason or got minimal snaps. So now we can start yelling at people. And it's the perfect time for me to make my first comeback appearance after weeks 2 and 3, because I couldn't do too much yelling. Now's the week, and I see them smirking there in the background. Plenty of questions, plenty of stuff to talk about, and the first round of bye weeks hits. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 teams, and a lot have fantasy relevance, so we'll have to work those. Let's get into it. Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. The pyramid of, I can't think of a good name. I was just going to go with Giza. That's the Illuminati. Let's not do that. I don't know if we want to go that far.
We're bought and paid for.
Let me just hold up the dollar bill. You know the
Great.
triangle on the back of the dollar bill? That's what this is. Week 5, gents. How we feeling?
Fantastic, depending on which league we're talking about.
I am over 500.
That sounds about right, Ryan.
I'm over 500 in every league. Unbelievable.
I am not.
Unbelievable. I've had a solid start to the season. I forgot to sit Jalen Warren last week. Still dropped 243 points. Didn't matter. So shout out. Yeah, it was great.
Scored almost 350 in Scott Fishbowl last week, so I'm feeling great.
My Scott Fishbowl has been a roller coaster. It has not been great, so I'll be interested. And I've had to start some weird players. I don't remember having to make some of these weird ass lineup decisions the last few years in Scott Fishbowl. My division drafted too well.
Yeah, same. I can't remember the last time I had to do that in Scott Fishbowl either.
I mean, Joe feels about how most of the audience feels when we talk Scott Fishbowl, because if you're not in it, nobody cares.
Get it? Okay. Anyways, subscribe to the YouTube if you're on Poll or Piffy or other podcast. I'm just calling them that now. That's what we're calling them. And
the first time you called it, if you're on the poll, I was like,
if you're on the poll,
yeah,
or the Tiffy, the poll or the Tiffy. Government name Apple and Spotify. Hit the follow button, and then of course. You could use the super chat feature to jump people, or you could be like Smitty and drop comments in here 2 hours before we go live.
2 hours.
So shout out, which we will get to immediately
after
we go through news. Smitty's got the first 4 lined up. So if you want to be like Smitty and get in here 2 hours early, be our guest. If
That's
you
one way
don't,
to do it.
super chat is an option for you. And then I'm supposed to throw this over to Josh for the Trophy Smack read. So
yeah, fantasy football season's here, and Trophy Smack is where you want to get all of your rewards. They have trophies, rings, championship belts, all of it designed to tell your league mates who the real champion is. Hit the link in the description of this podcast and check out some of the swag that you can get yourself. All of it's available at trophysmack.com/club fantasy.
The amount of times I've thrown to Josh for that read is roughly the amount of times Jalen Hurts has thrown to A.J. Brown this season.
Sounds about right.
So,
it has been rough.
Yeah, it's been tough. And then also hop on the Discord if you want more football talk. A whole heaping smattering of people are in there, and they're happy to help you at, I would say, any point of the day, but not really, but most points of the day.
If you want me to help, you better at me, because I have too much going on.
And I will say, the folks in the Discord have been pretty good about that, because my notifications have definitely been going off a lot lately. So shout out to you guys. Always happy to answer questions. Love it.
If you want me to help, you're really going to need to at me, because I have that on Do Not Disturb. I get the at everyone notification. I also have most of my group chats like that, because even my work one, I'll open it, 200 messages. It can't be that important. It really can't be that important. Anyways, news and notes. Let's fly through them. Tyreek Hill smiled as he didn't have to play with Tua Tagovailoa for the rest of the season. He had surgery on Tuesday. dislocated knee, ACL out for the season. Braylon Allen suffered an MCL sprain, likely going to land on the IR. It should be about a 4-week to 6-week recovery. Trey Benson banged his knee in Thursday's game. Yeah, he did. Has officially been placed on IR and is out a minimum of 4 games. Kill me. Bucky Irving, currently in a walking boot and using crutches, unlikely to play on Sunday. So you know what that means.
Oh, Josh knows what it means.
Sean
White.
Tucker season, baby.
Rashad
You missed me with that
White.
Rashad White bullshit.
Rashad White. Browns officially benched Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel is the starting quarterback in Sunday in London against the Vikings. Shador still remains as the quarterback 3. Flacco slides to the 2. Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, Jawan Jennings, in the hopes of the 49ers winning, are all ruled out for Thursday night against the Rams. Lamar Jackson, hamstring, did not practice on Wednesday. With how NFL injuries have gone the last few years, Lamar could, play this week. Season-ending hamstring pull, short-term IR. Who knows? We're all going to find out together. Baker Mayfield, right bicep and knee, because he's a madman, did not practice on Wednesday. Not going to matter because he's a madman and he will play. That's just that's not confirmed by anybody except me and my intuition. Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown all did not practice on Wednesday. DNP on Wednesdays for old guys, don't pay attention to that, right? If they DNP on Thursday, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Raiders offensive tackle Colton Miller suffered a high ankle sprain. He's the only offensive lineman they have. So
I was going to say, they can afford to lose offensive linemen.
Yeah, he's heading to the IR. What do you mean? They have Jackson Powers Johnson. Elite. Shaq Leonard officially retires. And Colts cornerback and former Miami cornerback Xavier Howard. It's about
I put that
time.
there just for you, Joe.
Yeah, did you watch him last week? It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. I know he's old now, so obviously my point is very much proven. But holy hell, this guy has not been good his whole fucking career. He had 1 year. He had 1 season. And everyone's like, oh.
Well, there was 2 years where he combined for like 17 picks, but I mean, he's always been an opportunistic corner.
Yeah. And how's Trayvon Diggs doing?
How's Trayvon Diggs doing? When you hit me with guys with high pick numbers, that just tells me that quarterbacks were not afraid to throw on them.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're Dick Night Train Lane, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. Night Train was doing it way before people.
Well, and Dion was taking a third of the field away. It didn't matter. You weren't throwing at him. He just took the ball from you.
Yes, correct. That's God. It was not that good. Smitty, here we go. You've been waiting 2 hours in 8 minutes for this. Let's get to it. Only 3 wide receivers on his team. That's a problem. And 2 are questionable. That's a problem. If I had to drop one of these running backs to get a receiver off waivers, who are we dropping? Well, Trey Benson's out for 4 to 6 weeks, so that feels like the layup.
I mean, if I had to, if we're taking this question as I have to drop somebody right now, I'm probably dropping Woody Marks. Like, I don't think that's a foregone conclusion. Trey Benson is going to miss 4 weeks. I don't know. Like, I'm not dropping any of these guys. His follow-up question makes way more sense.
The first thing that I'm doing is, do I have an IR spot? Because that's where you're putting Benson, right? If he's on IR, he's eligible. The second thing, Woody Marks is taking over that backfield. Nick Chubb is toast. Rashad White is a 1 week rental. So if you can't stash Benson on IR, I'm dropping Rashad White. And that has nothing to do with my bias towards Rashad White. He's a 1 week guy. Woody Marks is a key part of that backfield right now. Oh, he said Kittle's in IR. So, yeah, it's Rashad White for me.
Okay, so no one's rushing to pick up Trey Benson. No one's going to rush to pick him up. He's hurt. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, no. If there are teams out there who aren't using their IR spot that exists, they are rushing to pick him up because they can stash him, whereas Smitty cannot.
Respectfully, I think your league mates aren't smart enough to do that. So I would drop Trey Benson. I think people rush to pick up Woody Marks. I think people rush to pick up Rashad White this week.
I think you're absolutely right about Woody Marks. Rashad White, as Josh pointed out, you're only starting White this week, likely. But that's a big likely as well. I don't know. I want to like Woody Marks as much as the rest of society, but we are getting very excited about 1 week.
Well, have you seen Nick Chubb run the football this year?
God,
That's why we're
bad.
excited about Woody Marks.
He's so bad. Anyways, what QB would you drop to clear up a spot for a receiver? Browning.
And this was the part I was going to go with.
That's something coming from you, Joe.
Well, and
guys,
this is the part I was going to go with is
at this point,
he's obviously in quarterback hell because the next question is about starting one of these guys. But I'm not forming my own streaming team of quarterbacks at the peril of other positions. So before I drop one of those running backs, I'm dropping two of these guys. I'm starting Spencer Rattler from this group this week. He's a QB 18 in fantasy right now. He's getting it done with his legs a little bit. You're not starting Browning. You're certainly not fucking starting Dylan Gabriel. Cut these guys. Go sign 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is you roster 3 because it's a super flex league.
I cannot imagine this is a super flex. The next question is asking about starting one of these guys. So
yeah, Purdy's out. There's just no way that your quarterbacks are Purdy, Rattler, Gabriel.
And he brings up Mac Jones in the next question as well. So
yeah.
So I mean, I'm certainly not starting Gabriel. Truthfully, I don't have any level of confidence in Gabriel or even Shedeur Sanders if and when he ever gets a start. Like that Browns offense leaves a lot to be desired.
I don't think Rattler has a great week because that front.
The Giants pass rush is legit. Yeah. But again, the team is 0-4. He's finding ways. He's still a top 20 quarterback. Like that's the guy.
No,
that I'm
agreed.
That trio. He does chime in. It's a 2 quarterback. It is super flex.
Okay, well that does change things. You don't cut starting quarterbacks in super flex.
See,
you're never playing Jake Browning. Fuck Jake Browning.
No, you're never playing. You're gonna. Yeah, you cut Jake Browning. That's fine.
Yeah, if you want to hang on to Dylan Gabriel to see if he pops, we don't think he's going to.
I was going to say, see if he can trade one of those guys for a RB6 or something.
Yeah. Well, he needs wide receivers, so trade.
There you go, or a wide receiver 5 or 6. Like, there's got to be somebody out there that's.
That would be how I would take this: is attack teams that need quarterback. There are certainly them, and send off your defective goods.
Hey guys, question: who leads the? That actually wasn't me interjecting. I did cough. Who leads the NFL in sacks? Anybody know?
I believe it is the Giants, actually.
Brian Burns.
No, I just meant individually. Yes, it is Brian Burns, tied with Byron Young of the Los Angeles Rams. Yeah.
And yet Abdul Carter has more pressures than everybody on that defense. So it's literally what you said this offseason.
Yeah, Abdul Carter plays quarterbacks like he's closing out a 3-pointer on Rajon Rondo. What do you just tackle him? What are you doing?
Yeah, that was funny.
God.
To Joe's credit, if you go back and watch our intro to IDP show, Joe has literally called to the script of what was going to happen with the Giants this season.
I said Burns is not going to get paid attention to because Sexy Dexy, shout out that motherfucker, and Abdul Carter are going to get so much attention on them that Brian Burns is going to be left one-on-one. And what has happened, Ryan? Brian Burns is left one-on-one.
What's incredible is how bad the Chargers offensive line is, second only to whatever the fuck Houston was doing this past week. Because I've been watching football for 30 years and do not recall seeing a sack like that before, where I literally watched the play happen and said to Marleo, what the fuck just happened? Did
you watch back the all 22? 6 guys blocked one person.
6 guys blocked one guy.
It was great. I love Jeffrey Simmons. Joseph, I know it's crazy I'm asking this question, but he's tilting at 1-3. Michael Carter's on a team. Is he a Cardinal?
Cardinal.
Yeah, he's the Cardinal.
Okay, I was like, that is the only way that. Yeah, honestly,
Michael Carter is a bridge too far for me. I will start Chase Brown.
Not too far. I'm okay with starting Michael Carter.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'm okay.
I don't think either of them have a great week. I will say Carter has the better matchup, but DeMarcado is going to see the most work. So,
yeah, I will say Carter.
That's true.
Carter is a better pass catcher, and DeMarcado has dropped like 3 passes this year, which is weird for a running back. So,
which is also crazy because they use him as a pass catching running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how often do we think that the Cardinals are going to throw to running backs when they're playing the Titans defense?
There's that too.
Listen, at this point in time, nothing that the Cardinals do makes sense. So I will. Okay, I forgot about Emery DeMarcado. I will Chase Brown. Don't get too crazy. But is
Yeah,
Emery
you just gotta
DeMarcado
hope
available?
he's catching passes, which again
When
he should. The Lions are going to go way up above you. So
when DeMarcado is on the IR after next week, because that's how things are going, then Michael
at this
Carter
point,
is a
yeah,
play.
then Michael Carter's an absolute stud. Trone, someone dropped Rashad White on Friday. Don't think anyone noticed. Won him on waivers last night with bye weeks injuries. Yes, yes.
Isn't he,
working in-
Josh? I think he's a great
Perfect.
flex play. Josh agrees.
Well, he's also adding which two receivers would you start? Wan'Dale Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Marvin Mims, or Travis Hunter? That last one's a definite no. I should pick someone up off waivers. Nick Westbrook, Achane, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, DeMarcus Robinson.
Depending on who you have to drop, Demarcus Robinson might not be a bad play. It's a revenge game.
It's the short week I don't like.
Yeah, short week. It's a good point. Maybe a backup connection with Mac Jones, though. Mac's been practicing with the ones since Robinson's been eligible. You're starting Wan'Dale of this group for sure. I guess probably Mims. Cooper Kupp is dust.
Wan'Dale and Mims.
yeah, it's Wan'Dale and Mims. The wide receiver 2 is typically the one who does well against Philly. So
War Eagle in a money league, but lost Malik Neighbors to injury. Rip. I'm in a return league as well. I assume that is a keeper league. Starting this team: Sam Darnold, Devon Achane, Kendre Miller, shout out, Nico Collins, Garrett Wilson, Trey McBride, Malik Washington. Benches: Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix, Dalton Kincaid, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Shakir. I am flexing Shakir over Malik Washington.
yep,
In a heartbeat. I picked up Khalil Shakir in a league. In a heartbeat, I'm flexing Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
You could also flex Dalton Kincaid. Do you know how bad the Patriots are against the fucking tight end?
Words out of my mouth, Joe. Literally,
holy God.
If it's full PPR, I'll flex Shakir. If it's half PPR or worse, I'll flex Kincaid.
I would agree.
The one thing I could almost guarantee every year from the New England Patriots is they're good against the tight end.
Not this year.
Not when Jalen fucking Hawkins is your safety and Rob Spillane is your line. God, they are so bad. Whoa, it is ugly. Okay. I'm going to do, actually, we should be able to fly through these quick before we get into anything. Mayfield or Drake May?
Drake May.
Really? Really? We feel good about prime time in Buffalo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we?
QB4 on the season. They just put up 42 fantasy points. He has more passing yards this season than Josh Allen. I'm very much okay starting Drake May.
He also doesn't have a hurt right arm and leg.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield could be broken. He could look like that character from SpongeBob that's made of glass, and I would still trust him. You know what? Fine. I'll put trust in my quarterback. Do I think so?
Dude,
No.
you've been doubting Drake May since the day you guys drafted him.
No, I'm happy with his progression, but I think we're all getting a little too far ahead of ourselves. He blew up.
I'm not saying the Patriots are going to win this game. I'm
Yeah.
saying that he's going to be good enough to keep you guys competitive and still put up fantasy points.
Sure. He blew up the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Let's
Have you seen the Buffalo Bills play defense this year?
I have been the number one proponent of the Bills defense sucks every year. I've said that for every year Sean McDermott's been the head coach.
And they can't stop the run. So what has Drake May been doing pretty well?
You know who stops the run? Ramondre Stevenson's ball security. That's who stops the run. Okay.
Very fair.
Our offensive line is garbage, guys. I know that Buffalo's pass rush isn't vaunted, but Greg Rousseau can get there. Okay. I have full confidence in that man. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit on Drake May. I think he's having a great season. I'm very happy that with my choice in drafting him, but let's pump the brakes. This isn't like a clear smash play over Baker Mayfield. Just want that said. I want that known so I can come back here next week and be right about it. Smitty, we're trading for receivers.
I'm assuming this is in response to
where
what
we said we'd move out those two quarterbacks.
I mean, honestly, like target a guy like Darius Slayton, who's coming into more volume, right? Target a guy like
Wan'Dale,
Malik Washington in Miami, right? Get some of those like guys that are moving up the food chain. These are backup starting quarterbacks, essentially.
I mean, here's the thing.
Don't ever feel comfortable playing, but they provide another team emergency depth.
Take a poke at the Ladd McConkey manager. Like,
package them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Ladd this week against Washington. So, yeah. George just asked Josh this, but Jefferson and Chase Brown for Genty and Garrett Wilson. So Jefferson for Genty and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I like the Genty and Wilson side of this deal. I mean,
yeah, I would rather the Genty and Wilson side of the deal.
Yeah, and I don't freak out about having two players from the same team. Doesn't bother me.
I don't at all.
Especially when they're literally the two best players.
The only two players on that team outside of the quarterback.
Also, if you can get Garrett Wilson this week, he does play the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, might go for 202.
Yeah. George, also, am I starting Wan'Dale or Shakir? Shakir.
Yeah, I should be all in on Wan'Dale, but what we've seen these last 2 weeks is not inspiring, and I want to see a full week with Jackson Dart, no Malik Neighbors, see what this game plan looks like. Go with Khalil Shakir. You're guaranteed he's catching every ball thrown his way.
Joseph, last one, and then, oh my God, we get to get into the show.
Wait, no, we did skip over a couple of Smitty's questions that we'll get to after this one.
Oh,
kind of breezed through them. So,
bench one. Higgins, Chase Brown, and Godwin. Probably Higgins, right? Chase Brown's just going to get more.
Yeah, Chase Brown's volume is at least guaranteed. You cannot say that for Higgins. So
yeah. And then who do you have higher rest of season for the Ladd McConkey? That's Ladd McConkey.
I don't know about that.
Ladd McConkey.
Ladd McConkey fell to my wide receiver like 29 or 30 for my rest of season rankings on my first adjustment. I make adjustments every 4 weeks. It was not looking good for Ladd.
I was going to say, I truthfully, I don't love either of them, but they do feel pretty even. And when that happens,
stick with the running back.
Unless one is clearly elite. And while I do agree that Ladd has elite talent, I want volume, and Chase Brown is still getting that, and Ladd is not. So
we're in the fucking upside down. Why is CeeDee Lamb in Quentin Johnston's body? When did the dreadlocks change bodies? What is happening?
3rd-year breakout, man.
Is it?
Remember, that used to be the rule of thumb with wide receivers.
That was the rule of thumb, was the 3rd-year breakout. I will give you that. But also, they're throwing to the fucking running back. That's not.
This offense is not what anybody expected.
No, it's flipped on its
really
fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, I checked it. I was like, oh, Marion Hampton had 42 points for me this week. Why did 8 of them come through the air? That doesn't make any sense. 5 for 37. I think, didn't one of you have a Marion Hampton for 18 catches on the season?
Probably me.
Yeah, I was like, it was.
But again, that was with a split with Najee Harris. So
how many did you give to Najee? 10? Like, it wasn't a lot.
I have to pull up my projections.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's not trying to bust your balls, Josh. He's saying we were never.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like they threw the football to running backs last year 53 times. I believe it was tied for the fewest with the Rams in the NFL.
Literally never.
Yeah.
Insane.
And Greg Roman literally has a history of not throwing not only to the wide receivers, but throwing this much. Like, he is literally morphed into a completely different play caller.
Yeah, that's the weird part is like.
Well, I think what we're seeing though, and this goes back to something I've been saying for a while, RB targets and tight end targets are more tied into one another than you think they are. And last year, the Chargers force-fed tight ends over 100 targets to a bad tight end spot last year. This year, they're not doing that. They're saying, let's throw it to the talented guy.
And from Smitty, what about going to get AJ Brown?
I mean, attack. Like you're as Josh has pointed out, you are shipping out backup quarterback rentals. If you can turn 1 or 2 of them into AJ Brown, that's a huge win for you.
Josh, you're the Eagles fan. I don't know what this AJ Brown situation is.
Yeah, I mean, this reminds me so much of 2023 when we switched offensive coordinators then after losing Steichen. Like, we went to Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson, like, struggled so mightily calling plays. But everything was still working. Like, AJ Brown was still getting volume, and they were making things work. And they were winning games. But it wasn't pretty. And that's exactly what they're doing now. And it just feels like the wheels are going to fall off at the end of the year. That said, everything going AJ Brown's way is completely off target. Like, it's off target. They're forcing him bad throws because of the routes they're asking him to run. It's very much like what Drew Petzing did for Marvin Harrison Jr. in Arizona last year.
Absolutely.
You're taking a guy who excels at everything and making him not do those things, which is dumb fuck stupid and bad coaching.
Yep.
That's what it feels like right now for AJ Brown. So I'm fine trading for him or going after him because you probably have a very panicked manager in your league that has AJ Brown rostered. But do not pay top dollar. That is what I will tell you.
No, if you could pay Jake Browning for AJ Brown.
Yeah, like I don't think that's going to get it done. But if you package Jake Browning or one of those other quarterbacks with, another wide receiver that you have to go get AJ Brown, sure, that manager might see you as their saving grace.
Yep. It's all about who needs a quarterback. If the AJ Brown team doesn't need a quarterback, this is all a moot point.
Correct.
We'll come back to the questions, but let's talk about the guy on the thumbnail 26 minutes into the show. It is the smash play of the week. In this week's smash, don't we all want to smash him? Jahmyr Gibbs.
I was going to say, easiest pick of my life. I just wanted to make sure we hadn't picked him recently. The Bengals are ass, plain and simple.
I'm telling you, wait for it.
Analysis, cut clip next.
I'm putting a $5 parlay.
That's all I had. One of those are my only notes.
I'm putting a $5 parlay that includes a Jared Goff interception.
That's fair.
A T. Higgins anytime touchdown. Like I'm putting it together, and I'm going to be rich.
I mean, FanDuel's going to appreciate the money. The Bengals are giving up 31 fantasy points per game to running backs. 6 running backs have scored 10 or more fantasy points against them. There have been 4 games. They've also allowed 6 running back touchdowns this season.
That's
way more importantly, 3 running backs have scored receiving touchdowns against them. Do you know what Jahmyr Gibbs is good at? Scoring receiving touchdowns. We just saw Jordan Mason go for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns against the Bengals. Gibbs is going to be the RB1 this week. It's just a question of how many more times he scores touchdowns and how much he outscores the RB2 by. Smash play, Jahmyr Gibbs this week.
Smash him.
He's helping
all
carry
across
my
the apartment.
SFB team, so let's go. Him and Puka.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I have Puka in a lot of leagues this year. Guys, my draft trade was out the window. There were not a lot of good running backs in the first round that I wanted this year. Yeah. And I was like, oh, look, Puka's there. So shout out him and his 46 points last week for me. Game of the week. I may have just shit on one of the quarterbacks. Because again, there's just something in me every time we get our hopes up recently here in New England. It just comes crashing right back down.
And you know what? It very well could, because every single time I pick a game of the week for fantasy purposes, one team tends to do better than the other. So, but you know what? We're going with the Patriots at the Buffalo Bills, Sunday Night Football. Look, if I told you that one of these teams has already scored 42 points in a single game this season, you just assume it was the Bills, right? And you'd be wrong. The Patriots offense is finally starting to find its groove after starting to get their money's worth from free agent acquisition Stephon Diggs. And guess what this week is for Stephon Diggs? It's a revenge game.
Okay.
Bills offense is nothing to shake a stick at either. James Cook has more touchdowns than games played and is the RB2 in fantasy. Josh Allen is the QB1 and has 10 total touchdowns. Drake May, as previously mentioned, the QB4 with 9 total touchdowns and has more passing yards on the season than Josh Allen. Both of these teams score a ton of fantasy points, and they scored in bunches. This game is in primetime. And their division rivals. Start all of your Bills and Patriots because both defenses leave a lot to be desired. No wonder it is the highest over-under on the slate this weekend at 49.5.
Okay, so the only thing I have an issue with is when Steve Smith and Deshaun Jackson retired, so did the revenge games. They're gone. They don't exist anymore. So Stephon Diggs will not have
I think Stephon Diggs is petty enough to bring it back.
Oh, he's petty enough. That I will give you.
Name a corner on the Bills that can really cover him, even at his advanced
White.
Stage. That's not, no.
Dane,
look, I'm a big
something.
Tre'Davious White fan. Love him.
He sucks. No.
He's not good now.
He's been garbage for 5 years.
That's my point. I loved him the first half of his career.
I mean,
I can't name you another. Taron Johnson, is he still a Bill?
He's running out of the slot, yeah.
Based on the terror that Cardi B is on social media right now, I think Stephon Diggs is bought into revenge games.
if my baby mama was pregnant and twerking, good for you, Stefan. I guess. I don't know. Eskimo brothers.
I do want to pull this question up from Vince because you know what? The Bills can't stop the run. I don't think Ramondre is a bad flex play.
They're not benching him.
Ramondre is not bad. He just can't hold on to the football. If the football didn't exist, Ramondre would be a top 10 running back.
I think Vince or somebody called him salmon hands earlier.
Yeah, he did. Guys, if it was just a shadow ball and he wasn't carrying anything, he'd be a top 10 running back. I put some stickum on your fucking forearms. Like whatever you need to do. Yeah. Cheat. Yes. Yep. They did it in the 80s. Why can't we do it now? Exactly. God, this isn't my America. Bring stickum back.
I'd say it's not like the Patriots aren't known for cheating. Moving on.
Ayo. No. We deflate balls like they're old men.
And maybe that'll help.
You know what? That might help them hold on to it better.
Yeah. Maybe we're overinflating the balls.
Take a little PSI out.
It's called overcompensating, guys.
I like it. Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but overcompensa for your Impractical Joker fans out there. Vince made a work joke about Reuben sandwiches and asked him to trade for an apple.
I think this was about trading the shitty quarterbacks.
I mean, would you rather an apple or sandwiches? I feel like I'd rather the sandwiches.
I mean, I'd rather a sandwich, but I think Reubens are gross, so give me the apple.
I'm not a Reuben fan either, but I feel
like...
Okay, great. So I guess we're both going.
I'll trade them both for 2 apples.
I would prefer Granny Smith personally. Louis, Godwin, Keenan, and Diggs. So who are we benching?
Oh,
I mean, I'm gonna start the fucking retirement home community in Keenan and Stephon Diggs probably.
Yeah, I want to see that good game from Godwin. They're not.
I think he has one.
Him. Yeah, 100%.
I think he has one this week, but not better than Keenan and Diggs.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Keenan.
I think he just needed one game to get his legs under him.
I think he might need more than one, but
potentially. But I think he could at least find the end zone this week.
If I had these 3 players, I would be benching Diggs. And I know we just talked that entire game up. I'm starting Godwin and Keenan, but they're 2 of my favorite players as well. So,
Josh, what is your final on that? Keenan and Diggs? That's what you're going with?
Yeah, that's what I'm starting.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to start Godwin, the definite is Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
the definite is Keenan Allen.
We don't.
Which again, I'm really regretting the trade offer Ryan sent me for like a 2029 7th round pick for Keenan Allen. I was like,
It's a true story, folks. That I would only allow one person to have Keenan Allen, as Josh pointed out. Collusion. We don't care. Joe didn't take him. Now he's been in my starting lineup every week.
Here's the thing, because I needed to clear roster spots at that point. I'm like, I can't.
So did I.
I can't.
I'm glad I didn't succumb to temptation and cut him. I would never live that down.
Because if you did, I would immediately pick him up.
Yeah.
Jordan Mason or Woody Marks in the flex. We know Ryan's answer.
No, I would actually go Marks this week. I'm not a big fan of Mason, and Marks has Baltimore. So
it's Woody Marks across the board, right?
Yeah, it's Woody Marks for me too. Jordan Mason, Cleveland. I don't want to run against.
Cleveland overseas.
Yep.
And that's the other side of it too.
From Leo, Slayton or Mooney off the waiver wire.
Give me Slayton. Mooney hasn't done anything for me.
Slayton and Darnell Mooney has a bye this week, so I don't know why I'd be going to get him. But yeah, Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback, backup X receiver, Darius Slayton.
And a guy who's run this position in this offense for years. There's nothing new that's happening to Darius Slayton right now, except that there's a competent quarterback throwing him the fucking football, we hope. So
guys, listen, I never understood the hate on Darius Slayton.
Joe, you have been a Darius Slayton guy from Jump Street. So.
I'm not here to say like Darius Slayton should be like a wide receiver 1 on a team, but Darius Slayton is a good wide receiver.
Absolutely, he is.
He is fast, and watch Giants games. At least once or twice a game, he's behind the defense.
He handles man and press coverage as well as, and I don't have any stats to back this up. This is just me watching Darius Slayton. He gets behind press coverage.
He averages close to 15 yards per reception over his career.
Yeah, because he's running go routes the whole time, which is great. And that's the thing is Darius Slayton never got the love because who the hell was throwing him the football?
Exactly.
It just wasn't accurate. But you'd see those Daniel Jones passes like, who the hell is that? Darius Slayton. Malik Neighbors looks good, with bad throws because he's freaking Malik Neighbors. He's Malik Neighbors. Like, he can make those crazy catches. Darius Slayton is not that. It's just not that guy. Yeah, Darius Slayton's not that athletic, but he can get behind the freaking defense. So yes, Darius Slayton by far. Broly 619. Okay.
You lost horribly.
I didn't want to read it. Yeah.
Kind of hurts to read, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not going to bust your balls.
That saves you is that it is standard. That's the only thing that saves you.
And you got 2 starting running backs. The problem is,
who did you have to cut?
Their best ceilings are not what Puka is doing every week.
It's not Puka's floor.
Yeah, and I'm going to just use this as an example, Broly, because I think this is a large misconception people sometimes have about non-PPR. Non-PPR doesn't mean don't go after pass catchers. I don't have the full wide receiver data, but I did a study on this for running backs a few years ago. And a simple target to a running back is still worth more than a carry in non-PPR. It's worth 1.2 to a carry. Then you have a guy like Puka Nacua who's going to break every NFL record imaginable. You don't ever trade that. Ever.
For reference, Puka Nacua has 1 receiving touchdown this year and is the wide receiver 1 even in standard.
Yeah. So we're not going to sit here and
ridiculous.
Smash you. Yeah. You got 2 starting running backs. Normally, this is a decent trade. Those 2 guys just need to get their shit together, and everyone on this show is not fully confident that they're going to get their shit together. You traded the wide receiver 1 for 2 RBs who are probably
They're
10 to
currently
15
14 and 16 right now in standard.
Exactly. You're just not getting the top 10 performance. It's not the worst trade in the world. I've seen far worse. But
definitely not the word. Yes. Yes.
But man, I'm not trading Puka Nacua.
So I didn't have time to dive so far into this. And obviously Puka's only in year 3. And just because somebody asked the Puka question, I want to bring it up. He's currently on track for 2,150 receiving yards. That's not realistic. That's not going to happen. That's just insane. He's also on track for 170 plus receptions. And
I was going to say, are we sure? Because the 2 greatest wide receiver seasons of all time, who was the quarterback? It was Matthew Stafford. So
Matthew Stafford.
I mean, seriously, what is stopping Puka Nacua from actually hitting 2,000 receiving yards?
His hamstrings and concussions.
And
those are the only 2 things you got to worry about here.
That's the crazy thing.
Stafford, but
that's the crazy thing is because I went back and I asked myself this question, and obviously it's way too early on in his career to make this distinction. But who's been more dominant, Calvin Johnson or Puka Nacua? And I think that is going to be a question that will have to be asked in 3 years.
The only thing is, and I love Puka Nacua, what Calvin Johnson did to the NFL was just different.
He changed the game.
There's the word dominant. We were misusing that word for wide receivers until Calvin Johnson came around. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's so funny to me. And I was talking with one of my coworkers about this. When you look at when Calvin Johnson came in, AJ Green, Julio Jones, you had T.O. obviously a little bit before them. They were bigger wide receivers. They were stronger. They were faster. We don't have wide receivers like that now. The traditional wide receiver 1, they're Z's. They're not X's.
Well, they're
guys that you move around the field. They're 6 feet, 190, 195.
If you're Calvin
Johnson, they are.
If you're Calvin Johnson size now, you're a tight end or you're a small forward. They're not letting you play.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is there an X receiver that's 6'5", 240 now? I can't think of one.
You say those numbers and immediately tight end pops into my head.
That's a tight end now.
That's Mike Gesicki. That's exactly who that is. That is Mike Gesicki. He's 10 pounds lighter.
Could you fucking imagine if Calvin Johnson was a tight end?
A tight end.
I would be, not that I didn't love the guy, but you would have all Detroit everything behind me right now. My kid's name would be Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson Weiss.
100%.
Calvin Johnson Weiss. But it's just interesting to look at because right now Puka does have a few more 3 more yards per game in his 4 games than Johnson did the year he set the record at 1,964. The crazy part is Calvin Johnson did that in 16 games on 122 catches. Puka is on track for 170.
Yeah, Puka's going to have 122 catches by week 13.
Like, that's just
He might, yeah.
that's just insane. Okay. Quick upsides, then we get back into the questions. All right. Josh, speak of the devil. Darius Slayton top 30 in against New Orleans. But your big pick of the week, Devon Achane, 20+ against Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina may not be the same atrocious run defense from a year ago, but they're still yielding the 12th most fantasy points to running backs through 4 weeks. Achane had only 1 reception on Monday night, but the 3 previous games was averaging 6 per game. He also just rushed for a season high 99 yards in week 4, scored a touchdown in 3 of his 4 games this year, and the Panthers have yielded 3 touchdowns to running backs in their 4 games this season. And we all saw what happened on Monday night. Miami lost their best receiving weapon. So if you're losing your best receiving weapon, you go to the next best receiving weapon. That's Devon Achane. He is the guy. He is their best playmaker, both as a runner and receiver. He should be in for a top 3 week. So 20+ fantasy points is very much within the realm of possibilities for Achane this week.
And it's well within the realm of Tua's passing range, which is 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So it really helps Tua Tagovailoa.
Definitely does.
Yeah. Ryan, you have the Minnesota defense will score a touchdown this week against, bold?
Not that bold, I guess, but
That field, I'd bet money on that. I would anytime touchdown.
I'm going to bet money on that.
I'm not gonna lie. I might pick I might anytime touchdown Andrew Van Ginkel. Like that might be because guess who scored a touchdown overseas last year? Andrew Van Ginkel.
I like it.
Look out. And then the 2 touchdown special, Alvin Kamara against the New York Giants. Welcome back.
Yeah, you know what? Since we got to be quick, I'll talk about the 2 touchdown special. I never talk about the 2 touchdown special. First and foremost, is this my first ever 2 touchdown parlay? Because Jahmyr Gibbs is scoring 2 touchdowns this week. But I'm also going to throw Kamara at you. Kamara is due. Josh and I actually talked about this a little bit, that he has not really done much touchdown scoring. And it was a while ago. But Alvin Kamara has scored 3 touchdowns against the Giants before. It was 2018, so 7 years ago. But
Hey,
that just means
that's when I graduated college. It's fine.
Yeah, that just means he's due twice. He's due this season, and he's due to have a big game against the Giants. I think Kamara finds a way into the end zone twice this week.
Easy. My picks. Justin Fields is the quarterback 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. Is it going to happen? No. Am I putting my nuts on the table? Yes. Because what even are upside downside records? What even are they? This is just me saying Justin Fields should be in your lineup. Yeah. There's the fact that game ended in a tie. Oh,
wild.
God, I love the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys so much. And then Derrick Henry top 6 against Houston. I fear people will be scared because Houston's defense has looked solid this year. And scared for the fact that especially if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, that might hinder him. I think that does the exact opposite of what you want it to do. Is if they have Cooper Rush in, you need to run Derrick. Like there isn't even a question. You need to run Derrick Henry. And I sat there and I said, okay, I know in his career, Derrick Henry obviously played the Houston Texans a lot as a Tennessee Titan. I went back and I was like, I knew he owned the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember how dominant
he has some stake in the Houston Texans.
I don't know if you guys remember how dominant this guy was against the Houston Texans. But let me explain this to you. Okay. Anytime Derrick Henry in his Tennessee Titans career and the 1 game he played against the Texans last year with the Ravens on Christmas Day, anytime Derrick Henry had at least 22 carries, he had over 100 yards against the Houston Texans.
Wow.
In 4 straight outings, he had 200+ rushing yards and combined for 9 touchdowns. Not once, not twice, not 3. 4 straight times he played this joke-ass franchise. He had over 200 rushing yards. If you combined those 4 games, he would have had over 900 rushing yards in those 4 games.
Wow.
You're lucky to get 900 rushing yards in 17 games, let alone 4 against one team. That is T.Y. Hilton against the Houston Texans numbers, okay? That is insane. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at his stats. I'm saying this because I think people are probably getting scared with how the Ravens offense has looked and how Derrick Henry has been.
Yeah.
If he can't do it this week, then be scared.
Yeah, the guy who just bought Derrick Henry for Puka Nacua.
This is what he needed to hear.
This is what you need.
I was just gonna say you're gonna think we sound like idiots after he fucking smashes this week.
This is what you need. You need a vintage Derrick Henry moment, and this is. I don't think Derrick.
I think this is set up for that.
Yeah, I don't think the wheels have fallen off Derrick Henry. I think the wheels have fallen off Todd Monken's fucking head. He can't think straight.
I think the wheels have fallen off the offense. Yeah, I mean, the offensive line is decimated. The defense is even more decimated. I mean, it was old to begin with.
Well, that's
and now
the other
all
problem.
That age is getting hurt. And when your defense gives up all those points, your offense gets behind. And when they're behind, they throw. When they throw, they take Derrick Henry off the field.
And then when you're taking Derrick Henry off the field, he can't bruise the defense for 3 quarters of football and then own them in the fourth quarter. So,
and why I brought up that exact stat of 22 or more carries.
Yep.
That is the exact reason I brought it up, is because so far this year, you want to know how many games where he has over 20 carries? Zero.
The first one? Oh, okay. I was gonna say
0. He had 18 carries in the first game, 18 for 169. 11 for 23, 12 for 58 for 42.
Houston isn't the offense that can take advantage of their beat up defense.
No, God, no.
Because their offensive line is so terrible.
Yeah.
So bad. So,
as we learned,
the recipe for success is give Derrick Henry the football. And that's been the story of his career in general.
Yep.
But he's not give it to me 17 times and I can be efficient with it. Now, that's not to say he isn't efficient with the ball, but over his career, you've seen Derrick Henry get 35 carries for 130 yards. Overall, that's not super efficient, but he just wore down the defense.
Absolutely.
And he's old, but the wheels haven't fallen off the guy yet. He's built like a transformer. So I would be worried after this week if he can't do it. That is my worry, not for him as a player, for him in the offense that it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions. Start 2. Woody Marks, David Montgomery, Trevion Henderson, Rashad White.
First 2.
Yeah, probably the first 2.
Yeah, that's the first 2 for me as well.
If you didn't feel confident in Montgomery because you're like, oh, Jahmyr Gibbs going to get everything, Trevion Henderson's fine. But I would still feel confident that Jahmyr Gibbs might score 2. David Montgomery might score 2.
And we've seen it literally this year.
Yep. So I would be confident in those. Patrick, I love how we're already trading Woody Marks. Trade Woody Marks and Keon Coleman for Tucker Kraft. 3-1 in a PPR. You have Gibbs, Warren Scatabo, RJ, Woody. So he's very much expendable with the guys you have.
Yeah.
And Bashal Tutin as well. Holy rookies. CD Lamb, that hurts. Brian Thomas Jr. also hurts. Cortland Sutton, Emeka Egbuka, Coleman.
You're never starting Coleman, and you're getting a tight end who can very easily perform better.
Yeah, you need to replace the injury to CD and the shitty season BTJ is having.
Yeah, and then not replacing that though.
And then because Kraft is on bye this week, you immediately can trade Juwan Johnson for something else next week. So
yep,
because your tight end buys are over.
This guy buys homes near you in the 5-1-2 non-PPR. Start 1 flex, 1 quarterback. Jordan Mason. Sorry, that brain fart. Diggs again with your revenge game, guys. I want everybody to pump the brakes. All right, we've said Stephon Diggs revenge game before, and it hasn't been a revenge game. Okay, so T. Higgins is a definite no. Jordan Mason's a definite no. So this is going to be Stephon Diggs, I think, across the board.
Yep.
And then Kyler Murray or Danny Dimes. That would be Daniel Jones against the Raiders, Kyler Murray against Tennessee, both games at home. Ryan.
It's Diggs and Dimes.
Josh.
Yeah. I really want to say Kyler Murray just because Daniel Jones, his fantasy points have literally done this. It's been down since week
Oh,
1.
you mean he's Daniel Jones again?
Yeah, exactly.
Raiders going to
Yeah.
help with that.
He's
though.
gone from Indiana Jones to Danny
Danny
Dimes.
Dimes.
Like that's really what it's been.
Yeah.
But
from,
yeah,
from
I'm
Indiana
gonna side
Jones
with
to
you.
Harrison Ford is what he has
Very-
gone to. Is what he has gone to. All right.
That's still more of a compliment than I want to give Daniel Jones. Let's be honest here.
How about Indiana Jones to the Red Hulk? How about that? Is that
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm feeling it.
Now we're here. Now we're here. That's a 900 IQ joke for those that don't get it. Let me explain it to you. Harrison Ford played Indiana Jones and the Red Hulk, but he played the Red Hulk at the ripe age of 107.
Yeah.
And Disney doesn't care anymore.
Nope.
So
that
that
part
didn't
was
help
very
his case.
poorly written for a very talented actor. So.
Correct. He's also 107 years old. Why is he in an
great
action film?
in Shrinking?
Yeah. That's the kind of role a 107-year-old man should be in.
Not in an action film. So here's my question too, because I'm glad someone asked the Kyler Murray question, because you don't normally see a lot of those, because most time one quarterback leagues or even in a super flex, you're like, I'm probably playing Kyler
Just going
Murray.
to start him and take your medicine.
Exactly. So I'm asking you guys this in Dynasty because I'm not playing either of you, and I just want to bring this up because I think a lot of people might have this thought. Is I have Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams on a bye. He's probably my every week guy that I'm plugging in unless the
Seems that way.
defense is bad. Here's the thing. I also have Matthew Stafford. So that's the thing, is like this week, if it was a long week and they played on Sunday, I would put Stafford in. I don't like the short week, especially for an older guy. Division game. Yes, it's at home. Still doesn't matter to me. Kyler
I'm still
Murray or
going
Matthew
Kyler.
Stafford?
Matthew Stafford, he will have a couple of games every year where, he'll put up 25, 30 points, whatever it is, because he has the weapons and he's going to throw the football a ton. But more often than not, he's only throwing 1, maybe 2 touchdowns in a game, and he doesn't run. So he doesn't offer the same level of fantasy upside that someone like Kyler Murray can. And now he's down his top 2 running backs. He's going to have to run the football now.
So, and that's I don't disagree with you, but Matthew Stafford's outscored him in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I was literally loading up to just shit on Matthew Stafford. I had zero clue that this guy was the QB 12 right now.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
That is
He's
flown
Philip.
under my radar.
He's Phillip Rivers right now.
You're
Is he exciting? No, but he is going to be a quarterback 1 every single week. And Kyler Murray is either that's what, but here's the thing. Phillip Rivers every year, where did he end up? 8, 9, 10. That's where he ended up every single year. And he'd have weeks where he's QB 5. He'd have weeks where he's QB 16. Right? But you would take those because at the end of the day, it evens out. Kyler Murray can be the quarterback 1 every single week with his ability to run and all that.
Yeah.
The issue is he plays like the quarterback 20. So that's the tough thing.
Matthew
is, like, how
Stafford
do you
hasn't
balance this
even
guy?
scored 10 fantasy points more than Kyler Murray this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I mean, we're everything
why
that I
is
just
that?
said about Kyler, it's
But why
because
is
he hasn't scored rushing touchdowns. That's why.
Yeah.
Because
But let's
Kyler's he's only thrown 6 touchdown passes.
agreed.
Yeah.
But why isn't Kyler running?
Well,
he
he's
had
because
gonna
the
have to
fucking-
now.
Yeah, you'd think. You'd
But
think.
I mean, again, he's right now.
Well, it's
what's he
also
pacing for?
terrible
100. He
hit
has 146 yards in 4 games. Pace that out for me.
What is it?
That's going to be well over. That's going to be
146
close to
yards in 4
600
games.
rushing yards this season.
Here's the thing. I agree. I agree on every level. I agree on every level. The athlete that this guy is, what he can do. My problem is that they are not using him how they should.
No,
And I think that's
again. I don't disagree.
I
but
think that's
I'm
been
just-
our biggest thing.
What I'm getting at is when you're especially in 2 matchups that should be pretty good, you want the upside. Like we know,
I agree,
what
and that's why he's in my
Stafford's
lineup.
upside is, right? The upside just really it's all in. Is he going to throw 3+ touchdowns?
Yeah, and I
That's
agree.
where
That's
that-
why.
That's where that lies, and he has 8 in 4 games.
Yeah, that's why
So he's
Kyler's
not
in my
even-
lineup.
Yeah, like
That's
and that's where I'm
for the
at
upside.
because again, the way that Kyler's running right now, you add in a rushing touchdown, he's going to outscore Matthew Stafford.
Sure,
Yeah.
100%. It's just he hasn't had those, and I think there's weeks where you could sit there and say if Matthew Stafford is playing against a really bad defense, there is a case to play him
Yeah,
over
I agree.
a guy like Kyler Murray. Now this week, obviously, I think that San Francisco 4th best according to Sleeper against quarterbacks. I think that's an inflated statistic. They suck. That defense is atrocious outside of Fred Warner right now. So, but again, the short week. It's so weird because like Kyler Murray's that enigma of we know what he is and what we would all want. He's the perfect Madden quarterback, and they're not using him.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I got to use him, he'd be great.
It's like, why are we not running more RPOs with this guy?
That's fair. That's actually I don't know if that's I've never heard that before. As in he's the perfect Madden quarterback, but I've never heard that before. That's I like
outside of being 5'9", like you
don't care in Madden. You don't care if he's 5'9". So
you would make Kyler Murray 6'1", the exact same way. Can run fast and throw the ball across the yard. Now his deep ball accuracy and arm strength might lack a little bit. You might up that up in your sliders a bit, but for the most part, Kyler Murray's the mobile quarterback you want if you have a bad offensive line.
Yeah.
They just don't use him like that. So that's where it's just that enigma comes in. Alvin Kamara's panic sell or no?
I'm not panicked about Alvin Kamara. Like,
hey,
you drafted him as your RB3 and he's putting up RB3 numbers. Like,
if he has 2 touchdowns this week, maybe you can sell him.
But that's not panic selling. That's selling high, and I'm good with that. I see no reason to panic on Alvin Kamara. Everybody's freaking out about Kendra Miller. He's going to get his touches. Alvin Kamara is still the second best wide receiver on this team. So.
Yeah, they're just not throwing him the football. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Or throwing him the ball enough as often as they should.
I was going to say, I think it'll all correct itself.
Rendon, pick your top 3. Chuba Hubbard, Emery DeMercado, and I assume Marvin Harrison. I have to imagine that was...
Okay, because, I'm getting nothing out of that.
I have to imagine that was cut off.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin, Woody Marks, RJ Harvey, Jerry Jeudy. I can tell you that Jerry Jeudy is out. That's a guarantee.
You're not starting Harvey off of one good week against the Bengals. Nope. Don't cut him, but you're not starting him.
Yeah, you want to hold on to RJ Harvey because he's getting more run, but you're not. Yeah, no, you're not starting him. I don't mind Chuba.
I'm probably starting Chuba for the
against
guaranteed
Miami
touches.
Emery is also guaranteed touches.
I mean, Woody Marks against Baltimore feels like a must start this week. If it's my team, I'm just going to go with my quick answer. I'm going to go Harrison, Godwin, and Chuba Hubbard.
Really? Okay. Josh.
I'll start the studs.
I'm fine waiting on Godwin. Again, especially with Baker banged up, which, take that for what you will. But it's in Seattle too, and they do have a really good defense. Chuba, Woody, and then Marvin Harrison is probably where I would go. And DeMercado would be the close 4th if you.
I was gonna say I'm kind of all in on the 3 running backs.
It just feels like when they have that one, that RB1, they're not throwing to him, right? Like we all got excited about Trey Benson taking over that James Conner role because now he's gonna get that passing work too. Well, they were throwing to DeMercado, not really throwing towards Benson, it felt like.
So now the passes are going to Michael Carter.
So now the passes are going to Michael Carter, and DeMercado just takes over the rushing. So
it's fair. That's very fair. I just can't sit here and trust Marvin Harrison. If I'm starting a receiver, it's going to be Godwin over DeMercado. I think Godwin finds the end zone this week. Again, I don't think it's blow your socks off crazy week, but I would go Godwin over DeMercado if I'm putting in a receiver. Vincent, 1 and 3, 2 flex league. These guys are good, but haven't performed. Drake May, Chase Brown, Ashton Genty, Drake London, bye. JSN, Diggs, DJ Moore, bye. Golden, bye. Tough. Wandale, Pacheco, Gainwell, Spears. Here, I'll give you my analysis on each guy. Drake May, I am just cautiously optimistic. He's having a great fantasy football season. I will not deny that. I love every bit of that. Chase Brown sucks along with every other part of that Bengals offense. So that's just tough. Ashton Genty, pump the brakes a little bit on him this week. He should still have a good week, but don't expect.
Yeah, it comes to earth a little bit.
Yeah, don't expect what he did last week. But Ashton Genty went back to his ghost stance. And
I was going to say, the Michael Myers stance. All of a sudden, he can run again.
He ran down the sideline, and the cornerback was catching up to him. It was clearly like the safety was going to tackle him. He shrugged that guy off like it was a light gust of wind. He is so strong.
Crazy contact balance.
Unbelievable. Drake London's a dog. JSN, I don't love this week, but I think he's still gonna have a good season.
How do you
Diggs,
not like him against the Bucks, really?
their pass defense has been decent against wide receiver ones.
Okay.
I
think the fact they played Philly and Philly can't figure out how to throw the football is inflating that, but okay.
Yeah,
that's
I'm not
also
benching
fair
JSN for anybody.
Yeah.
No, I'm not benching JSN.
I know we're not giving lineup advice.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm playing him. I just wouldn't expect 100 yards and a touchdown like he's had 2 of these 4 weeks. Diggs again. It's all just that knee could give out at any point in time with his old age. DJ Moore, that feels like he's going to get traded. I would be shocked if he's on the team. Has to get traded. When he gets traded, I think he's going to go to a good spot and probably to a contender.
If Miami's not on the phone right now, they're idiots. Like I know they're not even a contender. But
let's not send him to Miami, please. I like DJ Moore. Let's not send him to Miami.
But I'm just saying,
hey,
that's a
New England. Hello, get on the fucking phone, please. Matthew Golden.
Wait and see.
Yeah, that's wait and see. Wandale. We got to see how he gels with Jackson Dart, but you have a good quarterback in there, at least what we think right now. Earth Stomper fucking sucks. You can cut him. I hate Isaiah Pacheco. Oh my God. I've been all over his ass.
You already got Gainwell's good week.
Yes.
Jalen Warren will be back week 6.
Yeah, Gainwell is just, you have.
Tajay Spears' depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely moves to make. I mean,
your top dogs are fine.
Like, and the problem here is that you're 1-3, right? Like, Chase Brown struggling, probably not going to get much better for you. Drake London had a slow start, finally bounced back last week. Diggs finally got off going. DJ Moore's been struggling. He's basically very matchup dependent at this point. Matthew Golden, if you're 1-3, I'm okay if you said I need to go pick up this person to start him. Like if it was between like Matthew Golden and Darius Slayton, I understand you have Wandale Robinson. I'm going to get Darius Slayton.
It's not even close.
And that's kind of the point. Is like when you are sitting at 1-3, you have to make those tough calls. Like you don't have the ability to sit and be patient for the week 9, week 10 breakout for Matthew Golden.
Even if you don't want to just cut Tajay Spears or cut Kenneth Gainwell, like they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, Gainwell being on a bye week. I mean, that's
Gainwell being on a bye week, and when Jalen Warren comes back, Kenneth Gainwell is irrelevant. So
I wouldn't say irrelevant. He's still going to have a role because they're using 2 backs. The irrelevant one right now is Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
Which pains me because I love Caleb Johnson.
Well, when you fuck up a kickoff,
terribly.
A real evil gopher.
Love it.
If y'all had stacked team and had Sutton, Quentin Johnson, and Breece Hall to trade, what running back in PPR would you accept for that trade?
If my team is stacked and I'm winning, why make the trade?
I'm not making any trades.
Depth. Like look at the injuries that are hitting right now. Literally one team in one weekend. I lost Malik Neighbors and Tyreek Hill for the season.
If you're hell bent on making a trade,
I had them both.
Yeah, if you're hell bent on making a trade, Jonathan Taylor. Honestly, that might be it because like you're not getting McCaffrey for this. You're probably not getting James Cook. You're not getting Jahmyr Gibbs. And then everybody else, maybe Amari and Hampton, if you believe what your eyes are showing you there, and I do. So, yeah. See, I just worry what Achane's going to look like when this whole offense is only Devon Achane. So, to me, I'd rather keep Breece in the receivers. I just traded for Achane today, and for a lot. Don't get me wrong. But it was draft capital that I traded, not players. So,
okay. I'm of the mindset. I'm of the mindset if your team's good, why are you fucking with it?
Yeah, you say you're stacked. I don't know if you're 3-1 or 4-0. Don't make this trade. Don't force anything. These guys are fine. Breece Hall just lost his competition for the next 4 weeks. So
yep, 100%.
If you're like a lucky 3-1 and you're like 6th in points for in your league, okay, maybe you can look to make a change. But like even I'm 2-2 in one league and I have the second most points for. Because 1 week I played the guy who scored the most. Like that just happens. If you're scoring a lot of points, please don't fuck with your team right now, especially after what Josh Ryan said. The injuries are insane. Will Jaden Blue be worth anything rostering in a 10 team? No.
Jaden Blue isn't rostered in my 14-team league right now. So
Jaden Blue isn't rostered in some dynasty leagues, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
I think that was a joke from a couple weeks ago. But
I actually it is not a joke. He did get cut in one of my leagues, but it was not a dynasty league, and I misspoke about that. It was a different Matt in a in a redraft league, not a dynasty league.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. Monty or Dobbins? That's got to be David
this is
Montgomery,
tough.
right? Tough, really.
I mean, the Eagles are good, but Dobbins is just getting so much play. But Monty has the touchdown upside that is untouchable.
It's
this
the
week.
Bengals. This shouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Monty. I would trust the volume more with Dobbins, if I'm being honest. But Monty definitely has more scoring upside this week in fantasy.
Woods, huge waiver wire defense ad next week if Jacksonville can beat up on the Chiefs somehow.
Yeah, we owe Woods Girl an apology. I was shitting on their defense choices and Jacksonville specifically. And Jacksonville is a top 5 defense right now and just is forcing turnovers.
Seriously?
Left and right. And that's exactly my reaction, Joe, because Woods Girl called us out on YouTube. Please call us out, by the way. We love it.
Absolutely.
Josh immediately sends me a text because I'm the defense guy and I look like an asshole. And I will always admit when I look like an asshole. But Joe, that was my exact reaction.
I don't.
So here's what's funny. So Woods Girl calls us out because they had another great game. Very deservingly so. I was ready to be like, it's not like I was wrong. And then I go look at the defense rankings right now, and it's like, oh no, I was very fucking wrong.
You're so wrong. I love that. Hey,
I love how you said that, Joe. You were so wrong.
And Ryan, and why don't I put anything in writing?
Because then you get called out on it. So.
You have to go back and watch the shows to find where I fucked up. Okay. Patrick.
Well, for you have to actually be on shows. So,
bitch, I work for the Savannah Bananas. Shut up. I am busy. Patrick, I know we answered this earlier. We would make this trade.
Yes.
Go get Tucker Kraft. We would make this trade.
Yes.
And then trade Juwan Johnson next week.
Jordan, do we still even Brian Thomas?
Such a hard question to answer. It's not even so much a question of Brian Thomas. Joe, you said this on our Jacksonville Jaguars episode. Sometimes great offensive coordinators aren't great head coaches, and this offense is in shambles, plain and simple. Brian Thomas all of a sudden isn't untalented. Someone did bring up that he is probably hurt and not able to catch the ball as well as we would like him to.
Did you also see the Shane Waldron effect?
Yeah,
have you guys seen
if
that?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe I brought that up on our Jaguars preview episode.
You might have.
And
It sounded familiar.
Kind of like I bypassed it because I was like, you know what? He's not the offensive coordinator. He's just the passing.
Wind to the most insane thing I saw this week. Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen about to murder each. Like Robert Saleh threatened Liam Cohen's life. Literally said, "I will fucking kill you" to another human being where other people could see it.
I mean, Liam Cohen did start it, and also fun.
No,
fact,
Robert Saleh really started
Saleh
it when
started
he basically came out and said, "Y'all are legally stealing signs." Like that's a legitimate accusation. Like you just
But
don't.
could you imagine
shit like
Joey
that
asked Liam Cohen telling you to keep your name out of his mouth? I would smack him. Come on.
Well, fun fact: in a preseason hockey game, Hot Mike picked up one time, and I will effing murder you.
Yeah,
is what one of the guys said.
I mean, that's essentially. I don't remember the exact quote, but that's essentially what Robert Saleh said. So.
Long and short of it, Jordan. Yes, I still believe in Brian Thomas. I was trying to go through and find it on Twitter. Somebody had actually put out a thread. They were going through and piecing together like a lot of the routes and stuff that Brian Thomas is running. They're just taking shape. For whatever reason, it's taking more time to get the ball rolling with him. I still believe that the upside is there, but again, it's going to be a wait and see thing, and he just might need to ride your bench a little bit for the next few weeks for everything to kind of gel and get together.
So the Shane Waldron effect, for those that don't know, he was the OC in Seattle in 2023. JSN rookie year, not great. JSN the year after Shane Waldron leaves, 1,000 yards.
And JSN publicly stated this.
Yep. 1,000 yards popped off.
Yep.
Goes to Chicago. Rookie year, Roma Dunze.
Kills him.
Yep.
Horrible. Second year, Roma Dunze.
So all I'm hearing is buy Travis Hunter next year.
Yeah, right.
Buy Travis Hunter and probably buy Brian Thomas Jr. at this point too.
Yeah.
Because it's not great.
This is of course assuming Shane Waldron gets fired, which I think he has to.
I mean,
and then in which case, how do you get 3 jobs in 3 years? Let's move on from this motherfucker.
Adam Gase was a head coach for multiple years.
That's true as well.
So that's
Football is a boys' club. It's all about who you know.
Yeah. He's white.
As long as you're white.
Yes.
Long as you're white.
He's white. Darius Slayton or Lad McConkey. It's a must-win. 0-4.
This is going to test you, Joe, because if you're 0-4, I don't know how you can trust Lad McConkey right now.
If I'm 0-4 running Lad McConkey out every week, I'm starting Darius fucking Slayton.
Guys, I love both of these guys. It's Darius Slayton. It's not close.
Yep.
Darius Slayton against the Saints. Right?
Yep.
I'm not. I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb. I am going to start Darius Slayton.
I think the term would be stubborn. You're stubborn.
I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb. And also, 0-4, fun fact, I believe 6.8% of teams are 0-4 in ESPN leagues. My league houses 3 of them, which is hilarious.
Wow.
I know. Two of them face off this week. We called it it's God, it's going to be so much fun. But yes, 6.8% of leagues still have a winless team, and my league has 3 of them. Proud to say the team that was ranked 12th coming out of the draft is currently the team scoring the most points and tied for first place. So fuck you, analytics.
Yeah, nerds.
Yeah, nerds. Fuck you, nerds. Real Evil Golfer, thanks, guys. Offered Saquon for him and 4 wins and number 1 in points. Yeah, so don't touch. I wouldn't touch anything.
Well, this was in response to the Sutton, Quentin Johnston, Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Moving those guys to get Saquon.
He's number 1 in points.
Yeah.
I'm not Saquon. I'm not making that trade. I don't know that I wouldn't rather have Breece Hall right now. It's those weird thing is you want to keep the one you have, whichever one's on my team. I'm going to be like, no, I want that one.
But here's the thing though. This is a move that I would be okay doing. If I'm moving Breece Hall in a package to go get Saquon Barkley, sure. Saquon has struggled a little bit. The offensive line, not the healthiest in the world right now. That's kind of been, I think, the biggest issue there with Saquon. But at some point, Braylon Allen's going to come back, and that's going to muddy the water even more for Breece Hall. Who the fuck is competing against Saquon Barkley? Not a damn soul.
A.J. Dillon.
No.
Tank Bigsby.
No. They're returning kicks. So.
A.J. Brown. Wait.
Yeah, right.
I'm okay, because at this point, if you're so stacked, you can stash Saquon Barkley. I'm doing that all fucking day.
No. If it's working, don't touch it.
Yep.
If it's working, don't touch it. Leo, is Tajay a good pickup?
Sure.
Yeah. If you've got spot at the end of your roster, 100%.
Yeah. Who do you guys like more, ETN or Javonte? I assume this week.
For me, it's the same, no matter what, it's Travis Etienne. I've been a Travis Etienne guy for a while. I understand we're seeing good things from Javonte, but this is exactly what I expected from Travis Etienne. It's Travis Etienne.
I mean, he's not going to do anything this
rest
week
of season.
Chiefs.
Rest of season, it's Etienne. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I would say Etienne rest of the season, but this week is definitely Javonte against the Jets.
Yeah, this week Javonte against this rest of season Etienne. I might have said this on the Jaguars episode. We're talking a lot of Jaguars this week. I might have said this in the Jags episode. I thought Etienne was going to be the odd guy out, and he was going to be the guy cut, and it was going to be Bigsby and Tootin because.
Oh God, Joe admitting he was wrong. Holy shit.
Well, no, because I'm not admitting I was wrong. I'm admitting here's what happened.
So stating the obvious. Thanks, dude.
No, I'm saying because what I said was Bigsby's going to get the run, and he will be good in this offense. The thing was that flip because I thought Etienne was going to get traded because it's the last year of his rookie deal. I don't think Jacksonville extends him. Go and get something for him.
I'm sure I bought into the trade talk. I should go back and watch that episode. I've been an ETN guy, and I never got on the Bigsby hype train. I didn't see it. So
yeah, no, and that's fair. I just figured it was okay, we're gonna get rid of him now because last year of his contract, he's doing great. Trade Mike Evans for Jalen Waddle.
I'll take the Waddle side of this.
Really?
Mike Evans has a lot of competition. He's getting older. We've seen Keenan Allen is the case study for what's happening to Mike Evans right now. So Jalen Waddle by himself, I'll take that.
I don't hate it. At least one of them's helping you now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jalen Waddle has a shot to help you now.
Yep.
So
has a shot is the biggest caveat in that whole sentence. Has a shot.
True too.
Yeah. Leo, we got to start flying through these. Start Addison or Slayton because Slayton has a great matchup and Addison doesn't. Slayton.
Darius
You
Slayton.
just you answered your question. Perfect.
I'm fine starting Slayton. Addison looked great last week, but it's Cleveland defense is good facing
Cleveland
the
and
Lions
London.
notwithstanding.
Yep. Traded Pickens for Henderson and Sutton. Win that in the long run.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah, in the long run, absolutely.
Sutton and Pickens are the same player, and you got a running back. So,
Yep.
And push. This is an automatic yes. McBride and
Quickly as
ETN for BTJ and Higgins. Yes, you
Yep.
completely won that without a
Smash
question.
the McBride side of that,
No doubt. Okay, fly through the downsides here. Josh, Cortland Sutton outside the top 30 against Philly, against Quinyon Mitchell, and Kenneth Walker under 50 rushing yards against Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, Philly gave up 100 plus to Ibuka in week 4, 75 of it on a broken touchdown against the safety who went for the pick. But you know what Quinyon Mitchell gave up to Ibuka? 2 catches, 6 yards. When good wide receivers take on the Eagles, they get locked up in Quinyon Mobay. Denver has weapons at wide receiver, but they are not elite options. Wide receiver 2s do well against the Eagles. Cooper DeJean makes a ton of tackles. He's arguably the best tackling DB, but he will give up catches. The good thing about this in terms of matching up against Mitchell for the Eagles side of sake, Sutton only runs in the slot about 20% more of the time. So he's likely to follow Cortland Sutton way more than he followed Ibuka last week. So that should basically lock down Sutton the entire game. This is going to be the classic flavor of the week for Sean Payton, and that flavor is not Cortland Sutton.
God, I hate Sean Payton for that reason. Ryan, Deebo Samuel outside the top 20 against the Chargers in the no touchdown special. AJ Brown, opposite side against Pat Surtain. This might arguably be the matchup against of the 2 best DBs in the NFL.
yeah, for both of these teams, I hate both these receivers for the same reason. These teams have shut down wide receiver 1s for the most part. Each one of these teams has only allowed 1 receiving touchdown this season. Now, when I say wide receiver 1s, the Chargers got torched by Cortland Sutton. So that one doesn't quite match up, but Deebo Samuel also isn't Cortland Sutton. I decided not to put him in the no touchdown special because of his running ability, and Washington is running him quite a bit. So AJ Brown, the only touchdown the Chargers have given up, Denver has given up, was to Keenan Allen. That's not AJ Brown's role in this offense. And Deebo Samuel, they've only given up 1. That was to Cortland Sutton. That's not his role in this offense. Both of these guys, AJ Brown obviously is everybody's outside of their top 20. Deebo Samuel is like a top 10 fantasy wide receiver right now, so I don't think he's able to make top 20 this week.
It's very interesting how all of our downsides lined up this week with number 1 wide receivers against good DBs. Ashton Genty outside the top 12. I already kind of talked about it. Like, he'll be fine, but don't expect 3 touchdowns again this week. Just pump the brakes a little bit. And then George Pickens outside the top 12 against the Jets. I know Sauce doesn't particularly travel. And yes, the Cowboys offense has been humming, because why wouldn't it be? That's what their whole team is built around. But I would just be a little weary when he does line up against Sauce. That does feel like a corner that George Pickens will struggle against. It's just Sauce is very technically skilled, and in a physical matchup, George Pickens, that's where he tends to struggle a little more and get frustrated. Sauce isn't the most physical guy. He's just technically sound. And he can get beat that way. But George Pickens, Josh says all the time, he doesn't create a lot of separation. Nope. So if Sauce is technically sound all night, I think that's gonna struggle with Pickens. And I say top 12 because I still think he does have a decent week. I wouldn't take him out of your lineup, but he's not dropping another consistent 40 spot in back-to-back weeks for you. I don't think that's happening this week. So pump it. Don't get too excited, because he's been, as much as I love George Pickens, no one saw this coming from George Pickens. Obviously, the CeeDee Lamb injury helps him there, but I don't think anybody saw this coming. From Woods, if you're number 1 in points against 2 years running, does it mean your league mates hate you?
Means the fantasy gods hate you.
Yeah, I've definitely had that happen to me in a couple leagues.
Woods girl, if you're number 1 in points against, and then you're top 3 in points for, like I was last year, then they really hate you.
Yeah.
Your league mates hate you when you recommend going to median scoring, which means you get 2 wins or losses or splitting in a week, and they say no. That's when they hate you, because they want to see you suffer.
I think that's stupid, so I agree with everybody saying no to that. Just win. Like, stop bitching. Just win.
That's right. Just win, baby.
Yeah. Laddie Lad. Does BTJ really have that much upside? I have a really good trade opportunity, but I'm stuck. What upside?
Well, let's be clear. We saw the upside last year. We just don't know if we're going to see it again.
Correct.
You said you have a trade opportunity?
We would like to know what the trade is.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not against trading
because
BTJ.
Why trade damn near anybody if the value's there?
Wasn't Laddie the one who asked about the BTJ trade earlier? I'll scroll a bit. Or was that pushed?
Should I trade? No, Mike Evans for Waddle.
Oh, okay.
I would be interested to see what the trade is. He's not going to do well against Trent McDuffie this week.
Yeah, we're not against trading BTJ. I do think there's upside, but I'm not giving him. I'm not trading BTJ for Darius Slayton.
I'm not dying to get him off my. Yeah, like be smart about it. Adrian Beaters.
Love it.
Adrian beat your son. That honestly, standing O for the name. That's
Chef's kiss.
Clever. I was offered AJ Brown for Ladd McConkey and J.K. Dobbins. Squad would be Jalen Hurts, CMC, Bucky Irving, Justin Jefferson. Swap Ladd McConkey for AJ Brown. You'd have both Eagles receivers with Devonta Smith, Travis Kelce, and the flex would be Breece Hall, Amarion Hampton. Dobbins is not currently playing for him. Downs, Jawan Jennings, Chris Olave, Cam Scatterbo, Troy Franklin, Rashad White.
Okay, that would make you too invested in the 31st ranked pass offense in the NFL.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I will say explore trades like this, though, because you don't need Dobbins. So explore trades, but maybe not for A.J. Brown.
And he did say it is a 3-receiver league, so he would probably be starting Smith and A.J. Brown every week.
Yeah.
That's tough to do.
Not one that I love, especially when Jennings can't stay healthy. Olave.
First of all, get Olave into Smith's spot right now.
It's very hard to do that in a low passing volume offense. That's essentially asking to have Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman on the same team.
I have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith on 2 teams right now, and I don't want them on my teams, let alone both of them on one team.
And I want to clarify, I'm not comparing Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman to AJ Brown and Devonta Smith.
I already clipped it.
I just thank you. I just want that to be known that they are very much not even in the same stratosphere, but that is the same. The Ravens have not been a high passing volume offense. Hard to have.
Adrian does say that ideally, if they make this trade, they would be starting Jefferson, Olave, and AJ Brown.
Yeah, because right now it's Jefferson.
Then Smith becomes depth.
Yeah, because right now it's Jefferson, Olave, and McConkey.
But then you're guessing which Eagles receiver that week scores and produces. True. So that I would rather just, if I'm going to start one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make that deal for AJ Brown, you need to find a trade partner for Devonta Smith. 100%.
Yeah. And if you can do that, great. I think that works. You just need to work another trade for Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
4K. Flex DeMarcado, Chase Brown, Pittman, or Rashad White. I'm all in on Pittman this week.
Oh, Michael Pittman.
100%.
Yeah. All in on Michael Pittman this week against the Raiders.
He should not be leaving your lineup unless the Colts are on a bye right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And speaking of leaving lineups, Josh Downs has not been he's kind of been a dud.
I think when I revamped my rest of season rankings, I think he fell outside the top 40, maybe outside the top 50. I'm done with Josh Downs.
I think the issue is Daniel Jones is used to looking for his slot receiver only 1 yard downfield.
Yeah.
With Wan'Dale Robinson, and Josh Downs is further downfield than that.
No, what killed Josh Downs' value is when they drafted Tyler Warren.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because now you have a better receiving option in the middle
of the field.
Well, and a quarterback that can throw the ball as well, which really hurt him. And a quarterback that likes throwing to the tight end, as we've seen.
And a tight end who will line up at quarterback and steal rushing touchdowns.
Apparently. Dustin, snag both DeMarcado and Carter. You're going to take the guy who's going to get more carries.
I'll play the guy who's been on the active roster and go Amari DeMarcado.
Yeah, it's DeMarcado.
Kieran Williams or Woody Marks? What a question for week 5. This might be question of the year so far.
I've been singing Woody Marks praises, but come on.
This is the literal definition of do not get too cute. It's Kieran Williams.
Joe ready to play contrarian.
No, it's
who's your RB2? Or is this for your RB2 and then it doesn't even matter? I mean, I guess this can't be for your RB2.
In 3 career games, Kieran Williams has 5 career touchdowns against the San Francisco 49ers.
And now you're looking at what should be a blowout.
Yeah. This is Kieran Williams.
The 49ers are going to be historically bad tomorrow night, I feel.
It's Kieran Williams. Yeah, this is Kieran Williams.
It's for his flex. Jesus Christ, who are your running backs? Congratulations.
That's a me team right there.
That's a Joe team right there.
Yeah, please. You tell me you have Jonathan Taylor and
if Kieran's your 3, I'm going to guess this is a CMC Jonathan Taylor team or a Genty Jonathan Taylor team or Achane and Amari Hampton team.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Well, not the 2 I was expecting, but shout out
Achane and Hampton. There you go.
Yeah, shout out Najee Harris ripping his Achilles apart for Amarion Hampton to show out here.
The sacrifice was made.
Pittman and Woody or Pittman and DeMarcado?
Oh, Pittman and Woody.
Pittman and Woody. Yep.
God, I love that we have a guy named Woody. The dick jokes abound. Okay. Ryan, stream of the week, because we have 4 minutes left.
All right, let's get into it. Let me clear my throat. Get ready for this 1 minute action. Week 5 streams of the week, all available in about 50% of ESPN leagues. At quarterback, I'm going to go with Bryce Young taking on the Dolphins. Miami has been bleeding points to quarterbacks this season. All 4 of their opponents have hit 23 fantasy points. They've also gotten killed on the ground by quarterbacks. Bryce Young already has a rushing touchdown this year, and that's on top of scoring 6 last season. At tight end, welcome back Darren Waller. What a debut. 2 touchdowns. He was the tight end 4 last week. Now he gets the Carolina Panthers. Plus, the Dolphins have lost Tyreek Hill. The Panthers give up the 6th most fantasy points to tight ends on the season. It should be another great week for Waller. On defense, I'm going to keep picking on Cam Ward. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. The Titans give up the 5th most points to defense and special teams. They also allow more than 4 sacks per game. They also allowed a touchdown to the Colts on a pick 6 just a few weeks ago. I think this is another top 10 week for the Arizona Cardinals. Those are your week 5 streams of the week. Full article available tomorrow.
Woo! Look at that guy killing it over there. Before we get to the last questions, Underdog props this week. Sign up using the promo code WOFF to claim your free pick. First time deposit offer up to $1,000 bonus cash. That is when you download the Underdog app. Josh, have Christian McCaffrey higher than 52.5 receiving yards? In the bonus, is Brian Robinson higher than 18.5 rushing yards?
Yeah,
Ryan,
it's pretty simple. Christian McCaffrey is averaging over 10 targets per game. And as I said on our DFS preview video, which you can see Thursday morning with me and Austin, they're trotting out a high school JV wide receiver core right now.
Yeah,
they have nobody else to throw to. Get Christian McCaffrey in the lineup. And with him in the lineup, at receiver, I fully expect Brian Robinson Jr. to get at least enough rushing yards to hit 19.
And Ryan, you have Puka Nacua higher than 2.5 rushing yards?
I love this. I love these kinds of bets. I do.
And then Jared Verse to get a sack.
So first of all, I was pissed. Underdog, Joe, I'm blanking on the guy who's leading the Rams in sacks right now. Byron Young, not on their list of people I could pick right now, but Jared Verse does have 2 sacks this season. So I think Jared Verse gets a sack. But Puka Nacua runs the ball every game, at least one time every game. He either gets 6 yards, 16 yards, or 0 yards.
Hey, he posted a 42-yard run for a touchdown,
rushing touchdown,
45 or whatever it was.
So what's going to happen this week? I'll take 2.5 yards. That's fun as hell to me.
Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. JSN for Amarion Hampton.
I don't hate that move at all.
They're pretty similar to me, and when they're similar, I don't trade running backs. I want the Hampton side.
Yeah, I would stick with the Hampton side as well. He's guaranteed the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kyle Pitts.
If Najee was still there, it's JSN, but
100%.
Correct.
It's him.
Correct. Kyle Pitts, rest of the season. You stream tight ends, my friend.
Top 10 tight end for me. So
if I have Kyle Pitts, I'm out of the streaming game. Streaming, I have pointed out to people, has been hell this season. Last I checked, 18 tight ends were rostered in more than 50% of leagues. Everybody is hoarding. If you have a guy who is a every week start, and Kyle Pitts is not an every week start the way Brock Bowers or Trey McBride is an every week start, but he's getting the job done. I'm fine with Kyle Pitts rest of the season.
Yep. Start Fields, Herbert, or Dak. This to me is in Justin Fields layup.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Fields a lot this week.
It's got to be Fields. I mean, that whole Jets offense looked like dog shit last week, and he was still.
If I can pivot off of Herbert with these offensive line issues, I'm doing it, plain and simple. I love the kid. He's my quarterback in my home league. I have no pivot, so I'm gonna keep starting him. Who I am not comfortable right now.
Yeah, it's Fields with the rushing upside.
Ertz or Kelsey, quick.
Ertz.
Kelsey.
I'll go Kelsey against the Jags. Sure. Kicker. I picked up Chad Ryland, if that gives you any indication.
Yeah, I like Jason Myers at home.
That's fine. Ryland at home in the dome. Myers at home is fine.
Yeah.
Fairbairn on the road, I will not take. Everything's coming in. Jamar Ibuka, Nico. Bench Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I can't.
Which is crazy to say, but bench Jamar Chase.
If you're benching one of these guys, it's crazy to bench any of these guys. Jamar Chase is on the worst offense right now.
Yeah,
correct. And arguably has the worst matchup. But DeMarcado, Charbonnet, or Harvey.
This is where you start Amari DeMarcado.
Yeah,
correct.
Demo. Was our BTJ for Kelsey and Wan'Dale Robinson?
That I would not do.
I would.
Wait, no. Offered BTJ. Okay, yeah, I would move Kelsey.
Get Brian Thomas Jr.
BTJ.
Yes, yeah. I'll move those. I'll move those two mediocre.
Yeah, you're talking about a
assets.
wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would put Kelsey in the streaming category right now. He's.
I would say go stream a tight end
13 right now.
Yep, go stream.
Okay, he's not starting in a 12-team league.
Exactly. No, that's I'm on your side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to defend him. I was like,
we're not fighting. We're not fighting, Josh. I am off of Travis Kelsey.
We can't fight. We can't. It's 10:32.
Let's get out of here. It's over. Thank you guys.
For Josh, Ryan, myself, you can follow Club Fantasy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Club Fantasy FFL. The URL is clubfantasyffl.com. Always remember, defense was championship, offense was fantasy football. We will see you. I have to get to where I am. Oh my God, media assets next week.